You know, Carmen, there's nothing like being behind the scenes. I love being in the green room, although right now there's no green. There's no green over here. I guess I got a plant, I guess. You don't have green either, but we're in the green room, and this is where the magic happens. I'm not going to sit here and read this long bio because we'd be here all day. And so folks only care about one thing. Who is Carmen, and what are you up to these days?
Well, first of all, I just want to say I am so excited to be here this evening. This is just amazing. And I want to start off by thanking our viewers, the ones who've logged in to view us this evening. I know that you could be doing a million things, doing you, your family. So I truly appreciate you all for joining us tonight. And I hope that I can share some words of wisdom that you can use. And Shay, my brother, you are doing it. I just want to say, you go, boy. We've been knowing each other for 5, 6 years now, and just to see the progression and what you're doing and the platform that you have created for people like myself and others to be able to share our wisdom and knowledge and expertise, it's amazing. And
Thank you.
you go. I'm so proud to know you.
Thank you. Thank you so
And,
much.
so I don't know. Did you ask me who I was?
I just want to know, who are you? They want to know like a little bit about who are you? Where are you? What are you doing these days?
Absolutely. First of all, that's a complicated question. So I'm gonna give you the short answer. First, I am a child of God. I am in love with my Lord and Savior, and I try every day to walk according to His will. I am down here in hot Houston by way of Milwaukee, Wisconsin with my beautiful family, and I am just loving life. I knew a long time ago, I've been so blessed to walk in purpose. And what I mean by walking in purpose is I know what my calling, what my mission is. I learned that a long time ago. And what that is to bring impact. And to bring impact more specifically financially, to help people make the right choices and decisions, to be able to take their financial future to the next level and to support and bless future generations. So what I've been up to these days, oh my goodness, I don't know if we have time for it, but I have been doing a lot of work. Oh my goodness, the pandemic really got a sister going, and I'm not complaining. I truly I'm not complaining, but I've been spending a lot of time working with clients and friends, calling on a sister girl to help them make changes and some of the things that they're doing financially. Right now, normally we don't have to check on a portfolio once but twice a year, but because of everything that's going on in the economy and the instability in the stock market, so I've been doing a lot of rebalancing, if you will, a lot of investments and portfolios for friends and family, but it's keeping me busy, but I love it. I love what I do. I don't have a job. I don't have a career. I have a life. What I do is part of me. It's 724 and I'm just loving it.
You know, you talked about loving it. You talked about loving what you're doing, which is super important, Carmen. I'm so excited that you're here. Let me just address the elephant in the room if I can, because you're loving what you're doing, a child of God. You mentioned this global health crisis. And there's a lot going on right now. We get it. There's folks that are dying. I've lost family members to this and folks that work for me. And it's serious, and I get it, and people are trying to grow their business. So the question may have come up is, why does Carmen think now is still the right time to really build your finances, to really focus on making sure that the house is in order versus other things?
2020 will go down in history as an unprecedented time for all of us, something we didn't expect or was prepared for. And because of the uncertainty that it brings on a lot of, nervousness and, people just really concerned. And the reason why now is the time, right now, we need more people to be more wealth conscious than ever. We need people to be able to control and master their own financial situation, because as we've seen with this pandemic, and I've also too have lost some people that are very, very close and dear to me because of this virus. So, which lets us know tomorrow's not promised, which means we need to be able to have our house in order financially, because we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, which means it is our time. It is time for people to wake up. It is time for people to take control. It is time for people to get what needs to happen in their home and their finances in control.
You know, we had a conversation with someone recently, and I asked this question to a number of folks. We got a call from a young lady that says, look, I'm now a full-time stay-at-home mom. I'm a full-time wife. I'm a full-time entrepreneur. I'm a full-time school teacher. I got to take care of a full-time administrator because I have 2 kids in elementary and 1 in junior high. And oh, by the way, I'm a full-time entrepreneur because during the day, I'm trying to get my business going, and I'm a full-time cook because I've not cooked this much ever in a long time. And so for someone out there, and it could be a male, I don't want to say it's just a woman going through that. Many men are going through a lot right now, myself included. What do you say to the person that's, wow, with all this stuff going on, how does someone have the right mindset to even stay focused on just what she's talking about right now?
Well, first of all, you have to. It's really not an option. And if current conditions hasn't, awakened you to realize, I know we got a lot going on, baby. I know we got a lot going on. I mean, it seems like all of our productivity level has increased by being confined in the home and on Zoom calls all day. So, but this is not an option. And it's just, and according to God's way, it's not an option. We are supposed to be in control. We are supposed to know and handle our resources correctly. So more so than ever, you need to know and you need to do the right things, to take action, to do the right thing so you can build wealth. So that might mean you carve out this time. I work off of a schedule. If I didn't have a schedule in my life, I don't know how I would survive. I work off of a schedule. I have time for prayer, devotion, reading, studying, dealing with clients, dealing with family. Literally, I have a schedule. If you're not on my schedule, it's not going to happen. So that means you take 15 minutes a day out of your time, out of your busyness. And I get it. If you take 15 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever it is, to see about your money, to see about your finances, that's what you need to do. If you have to lock it in after the kids are asleep and in bed, or if you have to do it and wake up after your prayer in the morning, you need to find the time. It's not an option. Right now is the time you need to take. You need to find that time to take in order to get your life in order, get your finances in order, so you can move you, your family, and your finances to the next level.
We're excited. We're in agreement, ladies and gentlemen, and we're about to get started in just a couple of minutes. Yes. One of the reasons we wanted to have Carmen here is that their number one mission, and I know you guys are reading her bio and all that stuff, but her number one mission is to empower, is to inspire individuals with information so you can change your current situation. So when we come back, I'm going to ask her, what's the challenge holding folks back today? I'm going to ask her, is it possible to really go from where you are now and build financial wealth, or is this another one of those 7 minutes, $7 million type of deals? We're going to find that out. Karen, thanks for joining. Renee, it's always a pleasure. Josh, you're at the right place at the right time. Calvin, I can't wait to share. We got a show to get going. I got to get going. We got to get going. We've been in the green room 5. I got to get going. It's my favorite thing to do. 4, 3, 2, 1. It's showtime. Promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in And they stay there. And they stay there. And they stay there. Cause all I do is win.
Yeah.
Thank you, God bless. Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome back to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue-focused late-night show in the country where we're on a mission. And our mission is to empower. Our mission is to inspire. And our mission is to provide you, the entrepreneur, with all of the resources that are necessary to execute that big, big vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And I believe you have 3 visions, by the way. I believe first you have a vision for yourself. The organic food you want to eat, the clothes that you want to wear, the home that you want to live in, and it takes resources, which means it takes revenue. I believe you also have a vision for your loved ones. Today I was so blessed to be able to take Mother Dear to get her hair done, right? And there was a time during COVID, she's only 15 minutes away, where she couldn't leave the house, right? And here, lady, just to pick her up, take her over there, and then have her use a credit card to order stuff online. She's probably watching right now. She's got really good at that, okay? It takes resources, even at 73 years old. They find something every day, some deal, something I need for my house. Many of you want to write a check for the causes you believe in. You want to send your kids to a school of your choice. You want to pay someone's mortgage or health care, and it takes resources. That's why Carmen's here. That means it takes revenue. And then others of you, I believe you have a third vision. You have a vision for the people you, not me, you were called to serve. And I like to use the analogy of Noah in the Bible. And you don't have to be a believer. I know Carmen is, and I am, but you can still relate to this. But imagine Noah in the Bible, and you show up, and you're ready to go. You got this mission. Before you get started, there's a knock at the door. You're like, excuse me, what's going on? Noah, over here. We're sorry to report, Noah, but there are no hammers in the house. Okay, cool. No big deal. Ain't no hammers. We'll be okay. It'll be fine. What? Excuse me? Noah, over here. You got to look over here, Noah. Yeah, me. I might as well confess there's no nails either. No hammer, no nails. We don't panic. That's rule number 1. What is going on? I got to report in as well. There's no wood and there's no people. Good luck on this mission. And maybe that's you right now. You got a big heart. You want to do more. You want to do more for your family. You want to do more for your community. You want to do so much more. But it takes resources. That means it takes revenue to have more meaning in the world. It takes more money. So we got the one and only Carmen is in the house today to teach you how to do this. What's up, Carmen? How are you?
What's up? How are you? I'm so happy to be here today. Oh my goodness.
Well, Carmen, there's 2 types of people that are watching right now. There's the type of person out there right now that says, okay, I got to get going. I have not done anything. We'll address them in a second. They got to get going, get out of debt, get things happening. And there's another group of folks that says, man, I've been busy, but I need to really do a financial check. I need to take a look at a couple things. Let me ask a question. What do you think holds most people back from really being able to create financial independence? They know they should spend more, they should spend less than they make, yet they don't do it. What holds people back based on your experience?
You know what? That is an absolutely amazing and great question. I'm glad you asked. It's not about the tangible things. Oh, should I save or should I spend less than what I make? The reason why most people do not get to a place of abundance, it's not the tangible. It's here. It's up here. It's the mindset. We all have a money mindset. We all have a relationship with money, whether we realize it or not. And the reason why a lot of us don't ever get to a place of creating and building and then transferring that wealth is because of the obstacles that are in the way mentally. First of all, most people need to understand that wealth is accessible and attainable for all. God wants us to have that. In the Bible, in Deuteronomy, God says that he gives us the power to create wealth. That is what he wants for us. But most people, for some reason, haven't figured it out that it's inside. When I started my practice 12 years ago, I created a saying, creating wealth from the inside out. Because I can provide to you as a financial professional all the tools that you need in order to save, invest in the stock market and financial planning. But if you don't figure out why you're not saving, why your bank account does not reflect the money you make or the success in your business or the desires that you want, there's something else going on. So to be honest with you, a lot of reasons why, no matter how much money people have, the reason why they are not in a life or in a situation of abundance is because it's within. And until we address, until you decide that I will be wealthy, it's going to be a long road.
You know, what would be the first step that you would say that someone is out there says, okay, Shay, one of the things I like about it, before she talks about passing on wealth to other generations, she's saying, you know, there's some information you need just to change your current situation. So let's talk to the persons out there right now and saying, okay, I still have my job. Some folks still, or we have what's called dualpreneurs on here, Carmen. They work, some of them work a full-time job and they're full-time entrepreneurs. Does that make sense? And so they've got some money coming in and so forth, like, oh God, I'm in my whatever 30s, 40s, 50s, something, and I haven't got started. Carmen, where should I start? Because I've tried so many times and I'm off track. Where would you suggest someone starts? What's the first step they should take?
First of all, they have to make a decision. The first step is to make a choice. Make a choice that I am going to do this, that I want this. You need to have the desire. I don't care how much you have. A lot of people are just winging it when it comes to their financial future. A lot of people, 75% of most people in America are just winging it. And only 17% of people in America actually hire and invest in a professional like myself that can help give them the guidance and the information that they need in order to make those steps. So the first thing you need to do is make a decision that I'm tired of working hard and doing all I can, but I can't seem to get started. Do you really want to? Do you really want true wealth? Do you really want to leave a legacy for your family? If that is the case, first it starts with a decision. And then after that, just deciding means nothing. If you really want it, then you need to take action. Then you need to do the things that is required in order for you to create and start to build wealth.
What is Carmen Herrera? Did I get that right? Carmen M.
Herrera.
Herrera. Yeah, Carmen M. Herrera.
Herrera, right?
I put the M in there. What is your philosophy before we start talking a little about you in terms of being able to track money and see what you're spending and being able to make sure it's accessible? Because I know I'm guilty. I'm probably the only one that's guilty that's tried to be on track, and I'm supposed to track all my expenses, and I just fall off the bandwagon. And so what do you say to the folks that are like, okay, well, how do I track it? Does she recommend I write it down? Does she recommend an app? And what's the first step?
Yes. Well, first of all, you just said it. The Bible tells you to write the vision, right? You need to write. You do need to. But more importantly, what I know is, and I'm talking about me too, it is extremely difficult for you if you don't have the knowledge and the systems in place to be able to do all those things. It is, you're busy. You just described someone who has all this stuff going on. So it's extremely busy or hard for you to do those type of things. So what you need to do is seek counsel, seek advice. I personally have systems in place for people, yes, to be able to track their spending. I know that this is not something, it's not sexy, it's not fun. I mean, what I do is like one of those, and my daughter often said, this is the most boring thing.
Yes.
But the fruits of that labor is so wonderful. So it does take work. So what I would say is if you don't work with someone, at least invest in some real tactical systems that will be able to help you, because just writing it in your notebook is not really going to work. You really need to have a proven system to help you go from A to Z. And in my business, I take my clients, I have a whole financial system. I deal with where they are and where they need to be or want to be, and then bridge that gap.
One of the things that I admire about what you're doing is that you work with folks who are looking to continue to build wealth so they can pass it on to future generations, but you also work with folks to make sure they get the house in order and they stay on track and build it. And there might be some folks that are out there that might be wondering, why does Carmen do this? You work with some super wealthy individuals right now, helping them do what they do. But why do you take time to slow down and you have this passion for entrepreneurs and this passion for other folks to really help them get on track, stay on track, and then watch them grow when you don't have to do that? Before you answer that question, because I know that's a loaded question, but before you answer that big why question, for you out there right now, here's how you can pay this message forward. We believe in the giver's economy. The person that outgives the competition out-earns the competition. Hit the share button. Hit the watch party button. When you hit that share button, a little box will pop up, and when you share it, just write in that box, now is the time. Hashtag Carmen M. Herrera. Just put, now is the time, because Carmen said now is the time. She didn't say we got to wait till the economy comes around. She didn't say wait till someone's in office different. She didn't say wait till some client hires you. She said earlier, now is the time. That's what she believes. And put hashtag Carmen M. Herrera. Pay it for it right now. Do it now. Do it now. And then let's ask Carmen, which I want to ask her right now, why does she do this? And she should be spending time with super wealthy individuals, but she helps everybody. Why? What's your big why?
Whew. You ready?
Well,
Okay, so, and I hope you allow me to have this moment. My why is not just like a one-fold. It's actually a threefold answer. So if you allow me, I really want to go there, and I'm going to take some water because...
No, we want you to go there. Sean Lorraine Brinkley's out there. She says, I'm guilty, by the way. I got to get my tool together, by the way. Beverly's out there watching right now. She said, okay. If you're out there right now, you know now is your time, and you're ready not only to build wealth for yourself, you're ready to have more meaning in the world, as she drinks a little more water over there, as you're ready to have more impact in the world, and you're ready to make $1 and a difference at the same time. If that's you out there, here's what I want you to do. Look right below the video and just hit the number 1. That's the bat signal. Now, Carmen can't see it because she's focused right now on you, but she'll be able to go back and she'll be able to see the notes. Look right below the video and just put number 1. And that's the bat signal that now is the time, and you're going to raise your standards. Wherever you are, you're about to go to another level. But let's find out why Carmen does what she does. Talk to us.
Okay, so as I said, my why is threefold. It's not a straightforward one answer. So, when I was young, growing up, as a young child, we didn't have much. Now, I'm not saying that my parents didn't end up, doing well and, having good jobs and doing better in life. But early on in my early years, I lived in a home in a neighborhood that was infested with rats. I couldn't even sleep at night, afraid because of the rats that I would hear crawling in the wall. As a matter of fact, one of our neighbors' child actually was eaten by rats. You remember back in the day, we would have, a corner store. She left the house for, a few minutes, walked to the corner store and came back, and rats were in the crib eating that child. And I remember that. I remember hearing about it. And so it was, really difficult for me to sleep at night. I was always afraid that I would have nightmares, seeing rats, nibbling, coming at me. And my prayer back then was, and this is something I prayed every night, and my prayer was, Dear Jesus, please make me rich so that me and my family don't have to live this way. And what I didn't know is back then, my why started. I didn't know what rich meant back then. I really didn't, but I did know something about it. I knew that it was different and that it was obviously better than the situation that I was in at the time, and that I would do whatever I could with the grace of God to change my situation, my status. So my first why began as a little girl, seeing the circumstances that I was in and knowing that it could be better. My second why was when I, started in the financial service business in my early 20s. I had decided, by the way, at age 17 what I wanted to do. I knew when I was 17 years old, I wanted to become a stockbroker. I've heard about it. I researched and done some stuff, I knew that I was going to become a stockbroker. And so I started on that path. And when I got into the financial industry, and, growing up, going back to my early years, I didn't know anybody that was wealthy, that was rich. I seen it on TV. I seen it, I went to, the suburban schools. I seen them, but it wasn't in my DNA. It wasn't in my lifestyle. It wasn't in my family and friends and my neighborhood. And I looked and I seen that, you know what? I want this. But not only do I want this for me, I want this for my people. I want this for my family, for my friends, for my neighborhood, for the people, the Black and brown people that I know. So when I got into the financial service business, I felt like I was going to be the Black Moses. I'm going to, take my people to the promised land. And what I didn't know is how difficult and how hard it was to do what I was doing. Now, keep in mind, 30 years ago, unfortunately, even today, the business that I'm in is predominantly a white male industry. When I started in our office, there was 100 financial advisors. Out of 100, 3 of them were females. One was an older German lady. Maybe that was her second phase in life. She was already wealthy. The other female was a younger, middle-aged Caucasian lady that was married to a very wealthy surgeon. So she was just having fun, that was her hobby. And then there was me, little old Carmen, Black female from the north side of Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
All right, okay, shout out.
Go Milwaukee. And it was something that, I was blazing a trail that not many had done before. I knew that what I was going through had to happen. I can recall once when we would all get together, for a training or a conference. I recall running into one of my high school friends that I went to high school with at that conference, and we hugged and talked and, hadn't seen each other in a few years. Glad to see you. And then everything was about to start. The meeting was about to start. And I sat in front of her, the row in front of her and her boss. She was actually an assistant to one of the really successful financial advisors in our office. And I could hear what they were saying. And what he said to her was, well, who does she work for? And she says, well, she don't work for anybody. She's a financial advisor. And I couldn't see his face, but I could feel the energy. He was like, what? You mean she's one of us? Like I didn't belong there. And I knew, though, that God had placed me there to gain the knowledge and the information and the resources to be able to take back to my community, to my friends, to my relatives, to my neighborhood, and to make change. So my second why was when I realized that I was placed here, I was sent there for a reason to make an impact in my community. And then my third why, and it's probably really not a why, it's probably more of a reinforcement. About 8 years ago, I lost a dear friend. She was a client first, and she became a friend because I don't have clients. I have friends and relatives. She died of cancer very fast and way too soon. And she's passed away on Mother's Day. And I got a call on Mother's Day from her mom. And when I looked at caller ID, I was like, oh my God, she's calling me. I'm supposed to be calling her. It's Mother's Day. So I pick up the phone and I answer, and she says, hey, babe. And, we greeted each other. And she says, and I'm not going to mention her name, but she says she passed away this morning. And of course, that was surprising and alarming and disappointing and very hurtful. And she said, but I wanted to tell you that before she took her last breath, that you were one of the last things she talked about. And she said, Mama, make sure you call Carmen because she's going to take good care of you. I'm sorry, I don't mean to get emotional, but I can remember the day.
No, I understand.
And that reminded me of why. Because what I do, I told you I love what I do. This is in my heart. I get great joy knowing that I've helped somebody make choices and the right decisions to be able to better their financial life. Even at the funeral, one of her sisters approached me and said, Carmen, we're so grateful that you were a part of our sister's life. And I get that all the time. We're so glad that you helped Dad with his retirement. And so that's my why, because what I do really makes a difference in people's lives. And I didn't say earlier, and if you'll give me this moment to say that
Sure. Go ahead.
I've been in this business for 30 years. And for those of you who are counting, I started out of kindergarten. I used to say high school, middle school, grade school. Before you know it, it'd be out of my mama's womb.
Yeah.
But my point is, I've been doing this for a long time. I am a financial professional. I am a financial advisor, and I do have the tangible tools and resources for you to, invest in and make the choices you need. But I'm also a financial coach, and I think that's why I get the reception I get that I just explained. And what that means is, and we talked about this earlier, the reason why people even with a lot of money and a lot of success and income don't yet have or get to the life or that level of abundance is because of the mindset, because there's things that's going on and obstacles internally that's keeping them from really making the choices, from pulling back. What's going on? Why can't I, save more money? Why am I spending so much? So as a coach, I help people identify what those things are and help them transition into how they are supposed to treat and change their relationship with money. So with me, you get the best of both worlds. But if you don't want the coaching part and you just wanted the advisor part and want to give me all your money, I'm good with that. I will take your money. And I promise it'll be in a good place. It will be safe. But so I just wanted to say, again, that's my why. I'm not just in it for me because to make money. And I'll be honest with you, I do. I make money. I make good money. I make a lot of money, and I've made millions of dollars. And I'm not ashamed of that. But that's the side, that's the added benefit. I'm in it because my heart is in it, because I care, and because I want to see people, especially people like me, change the trajectory of their lives and their future and the generations to come.
That's one of the things I admire most about you. First, thanks for being so authentic. Thanks for being so real. I didn't know you was going to share.
Thank you. I didn't even go there. I didn't even know it was happening.
No. You poured out your heart, and that's just the type of person you are, ladies and gentlemen. The person you're seeing now, who I've known for a number of years. I mean, this is who she is. The way you see her now is the way you would see her if she was at a conference, or if you was out at dinner, or if she was just hanging out at the house. You was at her house behind her, over there sitting on that couch, over there chilling.
I'm a bachelorette. This is my little bachelorette.
She's just how she is. For those folks that are out there right now, you're resonating and you're saying, you know what, Carmen, it's about serving. You know what, Carmen, it's about having a heart to give, which you have, Carmen. It's about having a heart to serve. If that's you, just look right below the video as you're out there. What's up? Good to see you, LaVonda. Good to see you, Allison. Thanks a lot, Dr. Ethel James. So many of you are in the house today. Look right below the video and just put number 2. Just hit the number 2 button. See, the number 1 button was like, now is the time. Now is the time. But that was all about you. Now it's about someone else. So we hit the number 2 button. That's a signal to someone else that I believe in. And I'm going to ask Carmen, to talk about, and I know it's going to sound hokey dokey, but it's so true. Talk about the power of mindset as it relates to what we've got to shift. So I want you to talk about that in just a moment. But you hit number 2. You home watching right now, hit number 2. That's saying, yes, I'm willing to serve someone else. I'm willing to collaborate with someone else. Or hit the share button. Hit the watch party button. Pay this message forward to another little girl, another little boy, a big girl, a big boy that's out there right now and saying, you know what? I'm ready to change the trajectory of my life, my family's life, and my community, and now is my time. Hit the share button. And we hit the share button, just put now is the time, hashtag Carmen M. Herrera. You do that. All right, Carmen, take a moment, then we're going to move on. But take a moment to talk about just the power of mindset and how people can shift their mindset even in the present moment, no matter where they are. Some people are doing really well, and some people have some high highs and some low lows, and some people are struggling right now. Their back is against the wall. Talk about the power of mindset.
Absolutely. And I said earlier, most of this battle or struggle most people have financially is from within. It's not the outward thing. That's the easy part. The easy part is helping somebody, with a financial plan and invest their money. That's the easy part. But the difficult part is inside. So first of all, most people don't believe that they can. Let me step back. Most people don't even think about it because we are a product of our environment. So if you were raised with a lack mentality, with just trying to get mine, or never enough, or I'm not good enough, that is going to continue into the choices you make in life, and it's even in your financial decisions. So it starts from within. You have to believe that I can do this, okay? And then once you believe it, you have to make those choices. So as I told you, I'm very unapologetic about my love of God, and I am a child of God, and I read his word and practice, everything about Christianity. However, I'm also a huge believer in the laws of attraction, in the laws of the universe, which laws of attraction is one. Likes attract like, right? So if you think and believe and want something that is good, it will gravitate to you. If you want or think negative things, it will, that will gravitate towards you too. Another law that of the universe is law of vibration. I solely believe that our thoughts will creates our emotions, and our emotions dictate our actions, and our actions dictate our results, or what happens. So if you can't have, or if you don't have positive thoughts, I will be wealthy. My hashtag, my handle, and it's been like that for a very long time, is Carmen Wealth. I think abundance. I think there's no other way. But if you think, I'm not good enough, I don't have enough, I'm not educated, I'm not smart enough, then that's what you're going to, attract to you. So the mindset, remember I said everyone has a mindset. Everyone has a relationship with money. You may have been fortunate enough to, go to school and get a good education and have a great job and make a lot of money, but your bank account doesn't represent that. That's because there's something internal. There's something within that is holding you back. So just like there are principles of abundance, there also are principles of lack. So what I try and help people do is peel back those layers. Why is it that you're making $100,000 or $200,000 or more a year, that your business is netting $1 million plus, but you're broke? What is going on there? Why are you making the choices that you're making, even though you should be living large? So really, like most things in life, and it's no exception when it comes to money, when it comes to creating wealth, it starts from within. And until you address what's going on within, it's going to be extremely difficult for you to create wealth and live a life of abundance. And so,
No, that's so true, so spot on. For those folks out there like Mavis Craig, who's out there right now, Ebony Blunt is out there right now, Sakisha Heilig down in Florida. I've got to introduce you if you have not met them through PNC. You've got to introduce you to them. Cherie Cassidy and so many folks. Lavonda Hawkins. Sakisha, remind me, she's one of the people you've got to have on your show. You're gonna love Carmen. She's amazing. Look, they're out there right now and they're putting number 2. They're putting yes, Lord. They're saying yes, this is so true. We have a core philosophy here. Let me just share that with you. You've been so open. And our core philosophy, our core value is today is my January 1st. And for those folks that know what we're about to do and what segment we're going into, you can look right below the video and you can write those words. Today is my January 1st. Today is my January 1st. And for those folks who want to know what am I talking about, all the new viewers, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. Carmen is amazing. Today is my January 1st means it's a do-over. It's a fresh start, that our past doesn't equal the future. We don't wait for January 1st to show up on a calendar. That's not what we do. No, no, no. We create a January 1st moment every time we make a decision. You said that earlier. Make a decision. And there's probably about 1,000 decisions throughout the day, a lot of them dealing with money. And you make that decision, and that decision can forever change the trajectory of your life. You make a decision, like for example, you're going to eat, you're going to work out, or you're going to binge watch and watch Netflix. That's a January 1st moment. You make a decision that you're going to have hamburgers and French fries with salt, pepper, some ketchup, some hot sauce that my sons would have, or you go to the refrigerator, you open up the refrigerator, and inside the refrigerator there's some kale. Ooh, that tastes so good. Oh, there's some broccoli. That tastes better. There's some Brussels sprouts. That's a January 1st moment. So my question to Carmen is, y'all are all writing today is my January 1st right below the video. When you hear those words, Carmen, today is my January 1st, what goes through your mind?
whew, a whole lot of things went through my mind. So let me try to focus. First of all, I want to say that to people, look, it's not too late. It's not too late. You can make a choice. You can make that decision today that I will be wealthy, that I will create a legacy for my bloodline. It's never too late. Remember, it doesn't take a lot of money to create and become wealthy. What it takes is the desire. You gotta want this. You gotta really want it. It takes discipline. You're gonna have to change your ways. Eating out and doing all these unnecessary things that doesn't make you wealthy, just somebody else wealthy. So it's going to take, some things to change. But the beauty about it is it can happen. So I'll tell everybody, think about yourself. Keep the end result in mind. Think about your life and your family in 10 and 20, and for you younger people, 30 years from now. What does that look like to you? What does that look like to you? If that is a life of abundance, you can have that. It's just you're going to have to put some time and some work in. See, it's not how you start out. It's how you end up. I told you about my humble beginnings. It's true. I truly was afraid to sleep at 5 years old because of the rat infestation. But now I live a comfortable and abundant life because I didn't think about what happened to me yesterday. All I was always doing was looking forward and what could happen to me tomorrow. So I say to you, it's never too late. Today should be your January 1st. Today is your January 1st for you to start today. Make a decision, make a choice that I am going to become wealthy. I am going to leave that legacy. I am going to start now, right now. I am going to put my foot in the water and trust and test that I can do this, because I'm going to tell you, you can.
And you believe that. That's the story. She
do.
really believes that you can change no matter where you are. Today is your January 1st. Not only can you create a financial independence for yourself, and that's all she's talking about right now is making sure but she does get to another layer. We got to have her back where she talks about transferring that money, creating wealth for future generations. But right now she's saying, hey, one of their core missions, and you'll see it when you go look at her page, is we help you get started whatever your situation is. And that's what I admire most about you, Carmen. I know you keep things confidential, which is even better. Especially people like me and others, Lord Jesus. We've been through some things. Okay, I got a regular show. I got to get back to our regular program here. We got a show. So there may be one. There's some people right now that are really excited, just like they were back on December 31st, after a couple drinks on the back of a cocktail napkin. They were excited, writing down their New Year's resolutions. So they're saying, yes, today's my January 1st. I'm ready to go. And you know what happens after the excitement wears off and so forth. And so my question to you is, you probably heard that there's truth inside of truisms, is that you've heard this before. Consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. Wow, consistency is the key. And having said that, what do we most struggle with? My hands are raised, both of them. We struggle with consistency. So what does Carmen share around mindset regarding how to remain consistent? And as Dr. George C. Frazier would say, hashtag, I put the hashtag, that's the Shea Brown remix, hashtag, stay the course.
Course, right. Well, what I will say is, first of all, you're right. Consistency and persistency is the key to any success. And I use this analogy. First of all, and I'm being more transparent, sister girl needs to lose about 10, 20 pounds.
Oh my God.
But I cannot do this on my own. So I am willing, and I know that I need to hire an expert, someone that can help me get, over this hurdle. What is it, the COVID-15?
It was 10. I think it's gone to 15. I heard someone say 20 the other day. I said, oh my goodness, the longer it goes, they're going up more and more. COVID 30.
So we need, and you should take that burden off of you. Walking this financial journey is difficult. And I'm the first one to raise my hand. I am not perfect. I have had my cycles, my ups and downs financially, even though I'm in the business. It is difficult. Because it's here. We are born in flesh. I like nice things. I want nice things. And I'm sure you do too. But in order to keep myself and keep you on track, you're going to need some accountability. You really are. So don't try to do this on your own. I'm not saying call me or email me or reach out to me. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is talk to somebody, get some advice, make that decision. As I keep saying, you got to decide to do this. It ain't just going to come knock on the door and ring the doorbell. Wealth just ain't going to show up. Now, I'm not saying that there's no lottery winners and athletes that get these $1 million contracts, but that's not real wealth. Because as you do know, is most people that win the lottery or, get a $1 million contract as an athlete, within 3 to 5 years after all that ends, they're broke. That's not wealth. That's not true wealth. True wealth is creating it and keeping and maintaining it, but it ain't just ringing the doorbell. So I would say you're going to need somebody to hold you accountable. Whether that's a friend, family member. It's probably not a friend, family member, because if you're like me, most of my friends and family members was in the same state I was, so they weren't the ones. So make this your January 1st. Decide that you want wealth, that you can do this, and that you're going to take the steps and you're going to invest in your future, your family's future, to create intergenerational wealth.
Intergenerational wealth. I love that. Carmen, for those folks that are out there that may be curious, who does Carmen work with today? They might be thinking, okay, am I the one? How do I refer her to? Because I heard her mention several times, Shan. You said it's in her mission. Their mission is to empower and inspire individuals with information so they can change their current situation. I mean, that's what she keeps telling me over and over again. And it is a Christian-based financial services firm. So take a moment and tell us, who are you willing to serve these days, which is really cool, and how can they best connect? If someone says, well, I'd like to have a conversation with her or someone in her office. So two-part question. Who do you serve today? So they're very clear. And number two, how can they best connect with you? And as she's doing that, is you watching right now and you're thinking, yeah, maybe for me, maybe for someone else, hit the share button. Hit the watch party button. And when you hit the share button, you hit the watch party button, just say, it's time to live financially independent. That's all. It's just time to be financially independent. Just hit the share button. Hit the share button. Hit the watch party button. Carmen's okay with this, okay? So you can share it to your private Facebook group. You can post it on your page. She's okay with it. She's not saying hit her and like her and all that. She said, no. Pay it forward to someone else, please. All right, Carmen, talk to us.
So that was a two-part question. So who do I want to work with? And I'm going to use one of our dear friend George C. Frazier's sayings. I only want to deal with woke people. Okay. So, and what I mean by that is, and I've been saying this whole time, you got to want this. So I want to work with people who have come to the realization that now is my time. And I understand what I need in the choices, or I maybe don't know the choices, but I know that I need some assistance. I need people that are coachable. I need people that are disciplined. And I need people that are serious. See, you don't hire me, I hire you as a client. I can't, I can't help everybody, but I can help somebody. And for those of you who don't possess those three things, that you are coachable, that you will listen to my advice. Remember, I've been doing this for 30 years. You will be disciplined. You will have the discipline to say no to yourself or to others, to family, and that you are serious about this, that you have decided that you want this. So if you don't have that, give me a call when you're ready. But those are the type of people I'm interested in working with. So whether you already have accumulated assets and you just trying to figure out what to do in this season, trying to save, not pay as much taxes, or if you really maybe just starting off, but you have those three characteristics that I just mentioned, I want to work with you. Call me, email me, which I'll give my information in a second. But if you don't have that, take some time, pray about it, meditate on it, go get some other advice and information and show up at somebody else's Facebook Live. But I really want people that are ready to take their financial status and their bloodline's future legacy to the next level.
Take it to the next level. Let's go to the next level. I love it. I love it. I love it. We're moving to a segment. Now, did you tell them how they can contact you? Did you give them a number? Did I hear that?
Yeah. No. Well, I'll give you my email address.
Or email. I mean, I didn't hear. Did you give an email address or is there a website they can go to? Because they might be like, how do I best contact her?
So my email address, and I was going to talk about this at the end, but my email address
we want it now. We don't wait to the end. We ready now. They said now is the time, not later at the end. Now is the time.
So my email address is my first and last name, which is Carmen Herrera, CarmenHerrera, at C as in Charlie, M as in Mary, H as in Henry, C as in Charlie, wealth.com. Carmen Herrera at CMHCwealth.com. Send me an email, say, friends of Shay, come back champion. Let me know who you are, and I would love to work with you.
All right. There we go. Now we're moving into a segment. I'm going to encourage every single one of you, at least have the conversation. If it's on your heart, remember, she's a Christian-based type of firm now. So, she'll take anyone, but she'll let you know where she comes from. She's unapologetic about that. I'm going to tell you that right now, and she is the real deal. And you think about worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, you decide to have a phone meeting with her or someone on her team, and after 5 minutes, you say it's just not a good fit for us. That happens. No big deal. Best case scenario, you show up. You have a conversation. You implement one idea. And how many ideas do you need to change your life anyway? One. And you develop this lifelong relationship. And at the end of the day, you're better off faster than you were by yourself. So I would say make the call. Send the email to Carmen Herrera at CMHCwealth.com. Someone do me a favor. Look right below the video if you're looking below the video, because Carmen's tuned in right now. Like, she's here. She's present with you. But you can look below the video and put Carmen Herrera at the @ symbol, C as in Shay, no relationship, M as in Marshall, that's my middle name, no relationship, HCwealth.com. Okay. I just want to make sure you guys got that. We're in a segment called Rapid Fire, coming down the home stretch. And Rapid Fire is when I get to ask, for those folks that are watching for the first time, whatever question I want. Isn't that cool? And she has to answer it, or she can just decline it. But my first question I have is, of all the success principles you've learned in life, and you've learned so many, probably 10,000 plus ideas, what is just one success principle or idea you like to leave with us that can help us, or that you personally apply?
Wow. Shay, gosh, I have to go to my library. There's been so many wonderful people in my life that invested in me, personally and professionally, and really, seen about me and really poured into me the things and the information that made me who I am today. So to think about that, there's one, and I'm going to relate this to the business that I'm in. One of my dear mentors, probably my most closest person when it came to business and helping me really master the financial business. He has now passed on recently, but it was early in my career, and I remember him telling me, if you don't put a value on you, nobody would. And it came to because, I was young. Again, I started this in my 20s. I didn't have much money, and, I was young. I didn't believe people would talk to me or value my opinion or know that I could get the job done. And what, he reminded me was, by the way, I have 3 degrees, one in which is, in business, accounting, and economics. You're probably more educated than most financial advisors, and you had to go through the same system we did. You had to, study and learn to become a stockbroker and an investment advisor and insurance representative. So what makes you think that you are not as good? And if you don't represent yourself in that capacity, if you don't understand your worth, nobody will. And from that time on, I knew that, again, going back to what I said, I know my purpose, and I knew that God put me here specifically is to help people make decisions in their financial lives to bring impact to themselves and their future generations. And if I didn't realize that and understand that and receive that, nobody would. So I say this to anybody out there, no matter what you're doing in life, whether you're working on a job, just starting out in college, a seasoned professional in business for yourself, trying to climb that ladder, trying to make all the money you can make, believe in you. Know what you bring to the table. Know that you got what it takes to get this done. And that's what he instilled in me. And I'll say that to all of you. I don't know everything. Well, I know most things, at least when it comes to my craft. But I don't know what I don't know. I know how to figure out or to find out. So I know what I bring to the table, and I hope that people, as we get to know each other during this journey, will trust in me and know that, I can really help change what you're doing, how you're doing it, to take your life from where you are to a life of abundance. And if you're truly serious about creating generational wealth, I'm your girl.
I'm your girl. I love how you say that. Second to last question. What does Carmen do for fun when she's not out saving the world? They want to know, when you're not saving the world, what do you do for fun?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so remember I told you I don't have a job. This is not a career. This is a life. So, and I hate to say this, and maybe I need some coaching too, because I sleep this, I live this, and this is fun to me. This is joy. What I do is joy. So I live a life of fun and joy, working with people and, helping them in their financial place. But I do have two little G babies. That's what they call me, is G baby. I spend as much time, not enough time as I would choose to, with them. Just pouring in and cherishing the love and the excitement in my family. I believe in family. I love my family. A lot of my family I'm not close to because I'm in Texas and they're in Wisconsin, but every chance I can, I love on my G babies, and that's really all I do. Besides that, I'm here for you.
Oh, man. Well, we appreciate that. Well, let me first say thank you so much for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. You're a wonderful person. You're making a difference in our lives. You're making a difference in our community. You're making a difference in the world with what you do every single day. You're truly amazing. I'm going to suggest everyone connect with you right away. You have a heart to give, and you have a heart to serve. And we've got to have you back. We've got to have a regular message of this to continue to not only indoctrinate so that we can take action and stay the course. I want to turn it over to you to have your final thoughts and comments to share with folks to empower them and to inspire them. First, tell them once again, how they can connect with you so they have that information. And then turn it over to you to give your final thoughts and comments. Again, thank you so much for having me on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. We can't wait. For those folks that are watching right now, and you're looking right below, you're like, yeah, this message is for me. Yes, this can help someone. Look right below the video and just hit the number 1. Now is the time. Hit the number 1. Now is the time. Hit the number 1. Now is the time. Pay it forward to someone else. Over to you, Carmen. Again, thanks a lot.
Oh, well, thank you, my friend. Again, I really want to thank you. I'm so proud of what you're doing and the space that you have created for people like myself. And thank you to those that are out there. It's a little late, especially if you're on the East Coast. Thank you for hanging in there. I hope that you heard something that inspired you to want to make a change in what you're doing financially. And I just want to leave you with this. Believe that you can. Believe that you can. Remember, I said earlier, God gives us the ability to create wealth. He also says that he came to give us life and to give us life more abundantly. So it is our right to have wealth and to create that wealth, but most importantly, to transfer it to future generations. Know that you can do this. Take steps that you must take. This is not a quick fix. This is not going to happen overnight. You're going to have to stay in there. You're going to have to stay the course, as our dear friend George Fraser says. You're going to have to hang in there. You're going to have the determination and the discipline that you need to master this money mindset, to figure out, how do I do this? How do I get there? And most importantly, get your feet wet. If you don't reach out to me via my email, which is my first and last name, Carmen Herrera at CMHCwealth.com, or go to my website, CMHCwealth.com. If you don't reach out to me, talk to somebody. This is your time. Time is now. It's not too late. This should be your January 1st. Make a decision and then do something about it today. And again, I thank you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. For those folks that are out there, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate every single one of you. Make sure you hit the heart button, hit the like button. Make sure you stay in contact. I want you to know that you've got greatness inside you. I want you to know that you're amazing. And I want you to know for you, the best is still yet to come. You have the money mindset. For you, today is your January 1st. You can change your current financial situation. And for you listening out there right now, you will be financially independent. Carmen's the right person. With that being said, for those folks who want to know who's doing all that yelling, who's doing all that screaming, who in the LL Cool J is that guy, my name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. And I promise you from the bottom of my heart, we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. Remember this. Time is long. Very, very, very long. Life, on the other hand, is very short. So we got to live in the moment, and we got to make it count. God bless. We wish you success. Peace. Thanks a lot, Carmen. We out of there. We'll see y'all later. We'll see you again soon. We got to go. Bye. Promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win.
Thank you. God bless.